about it? How about a hand for those guys? Here they are, all dressed up. Good evening, my friends. Welcome to the Desert Inn, the most aptly named casino in Las Vegas, don't you think? What genius came up with this? The partners sat together, the Italians. It's the desert, it's in the desert. And the Jewish one, hey, it's in, Desert Inn, it's in. And here we are. I come to you tonight from a land where Jews and Arabs live together in peace. Beverly Hills. That's right, my friends. And who's winning? And I have to entertain this group of people. You see what I mean? You want to come to Las Vegas and not lose? Step off the plane, turn around, walk into the propeller. That's it. Anything short of that? Fabulous. Who's staying here at the beautiful Desert Inn? All right, ladies and gentlemen. What's the matter with you folks? Where you staying? Across the street at the Frontier? Come on. I stayed there once. I asked for a makeup call. A wake-up call? Hey, I asked for a makeup call too. They didn't give me that either. I asked for a wake-up call. The maid threw a rock in the window. Yeah. I welcome you all here tonight, and I want to say the secret to coming to Las Vegas, it's not gambling. It's playing the nickel slots, ladies and gentlemen. Could you explain this to me? I understand if the money's running low. But what about the people who scrimp and save an entire year to come to Las Vegas, to carry around 2 buckets of nickels like the Baton Death March to walk in hopes of getting the royal flush? And if you do, what do you get? 4,000 nickels. $5.10. That's what 4,000 nickels is. And you can get nickel poisoning carrying that around. And if that's too rich for your blood mass, it's just the penny slots. You can always try that. How low is that, huh? To go to the cage with a nickel to ask for change. And then pull them, 1 pull at a time. 3 kings, ooh, 2 cents came back. Everybody gambles too much and then they bitch about it. Go out and have a good time, take a walk. It's only 130 degrees, take a walk. Watch the hair in your nose dry up, take a walk. I got a grandmother who walks for health. She's been walking 5 miles a day since she was 64. She's 82 now, we don't know where the hell she is. Just keeps walking. Go swimming. Every cheap hotel's got a swimming pool, right? They all can't be beautiful like the Desert Inn. We got a swimming pool. We got a kid who cleans the pool. His name is Stash. Okay, he's actually from Poland. This is not a Polish joke. Do we have anybody here Polish? I'll talk slower. This guy is actually named... Hear about the Polish guy used up all of his sick days, so he called in dead? All right. What about the Polish rapist? Standing in the police line, they bring the woman in, he goes, that's the one. Get her out? All right. But this guy's actually named Stash. He cleans out the pool. He doesn't look too good doing it either. He's got the baggy swimsuit with the rickets. You know, he's got the rickets with the little belly, kind of the little Tropicana look. You know that look? And he wants to meet a showgirl. I said, Stash, the quick and easy way to meet a showgirl, get a little pair of Speedos, put a potato in the Speedos, hang around the pool. All the girls will gather around. Well, Stash gets the Speedos, gets the potato, puts a potato in the Speedos, the girls run away. He says, what am I doing wrong? I said, you gotta put the potato in the front. I gotta tell him everything. This crowd sort of reminds me of Miami Beach a little bit. I've worked down there. Anybody here from Florida? Oh, maybe you know my uncle. He wears white shoes? Anyway, you think it's tough being a comedian in Miami Beach. Try being a waiter. Very difficult. Mostly it's older women, because the husbands have all died. You know, men tend to die before their wives. You know why, right? They want to. And these are predominantly Jewish women, older Jewish women, not the easiest people to wait on in a restaurant. I saw a waiter walk up to a table with 4 older Jewish ladies. He said, ladies, is anything all right? You know, and that didn't go over too big, you know, and then they kept saying, you got more rolls? I want more rolls. You got more rolls? I want more rolls. I said, what's the matter? The ones in your bag stale? Come on. Come on, let's meet the people in the audience for a second. Keep me covered, fellas. You never know what celebrities might be here tonight. How are you, sir? Is this your wife or is this a business trip? Oh, I'm sorry, time's up there. How you doing there? I predict someday they're gonna wear hair like that. Hello, sir, where you from?
Rochester, New York.
Rochester, lovely area. I've been up there, very nice. It's not funny, but I was there. How you doing? Are you from this group? We have a note here. There's a big group called the West Side Newcomers. What is a West Side newcomer? Is that an old age home? You know, some of these cooperatives and condos down in Florida, they're so excited when a man shows up. Doesn't matter what age he is. As long as he shows up. There's one guy that showed up at this condo. One of the head yunters runs right over to this guy. Says, oh, we haven't seen you around. Where you from? He says, well, I just finished serving 30 years in the state penitentiary for murdering my wife and axing her up into 35 pieces. And she says, oh, you're single? But when I was in Florida, I decided either I'd become a comedian or a rabbi. These are the choices that I had. I could have become a rabbi. I'm an expert on the Ten Commandments, the movie. Saw it in a drive-in theater. The couple in front of me were breaking 4. I don't have time. I'm just going to keep going. It doesn't really matter, right? It's a party tonight. Didn't you love the movie The Ten Commandments? Didn't you love Charlton Heston? What a piece of casting. For Moses, this big Gentile actor from the Midwest. I want you children to go forward. How do we know Moses spoke like that? Probably Moses spoke more like Jackie Mason, don't you think? It's a fantastic thing. I'll leave you alone for a minute. Look at this. They're building a calf. Get him out. And of course, my favorite piece of casting in the whole movie, Edward G. Robinson. What is he doing in a biblical movie? He's smoking a white owl. What is he doing in a biblical movie? Now, where's your Moses now? See? Where's your Moses now? Made no sense. But did you know that Moses was the purveyor of the first good news, bad news joke? It's true. Came down from Mount Sinai, where he had his own room, and a private nurse. And he came down from Mount Sinai, he had the 2 tablets in his hand, looked at the flock of Israelites. He says, I got good news and bad news. Good news is I got them down to 10. Bad news is adultery's still in. Oh, that's it. When I walked out in the audience a moment ago, it reminded me of the Bob Barker show a little bit. Have you seen this new show, The Price is Right? I predict this is going to run 40 years. Because of Bob Barker himself. What a great host. Do you ever see the bit where he keeps the $100 bill in his pocket? If a woman guesses only a woman, if a woman guesses the exact amount, he says, reach in my pocket for the 100. He does. He reaches in my pocket. I'll let you know when the price is right. Go ahead, man. And the women, the way they come running out, I love that. They go, Lulu Bell, come on down. Ah! These women come out like shoot number 10. They're corn-fed. They're strong women. But I love that. I'll tell you right now, in all my travels, I have found there's no more exciting place to be in Las Vegas. Wouldn't you say? There's so many things. Well, are you winning? We have to figure out a way to fix that. How do you feel when the guy next to you wins? But I bet you back home you're a good neighbor, though, huh? What do you feel when the guy next to you hits? You have to try to be nice, you know. Congratulations, you prick, you dirty son of a bitch, you Nazi bastard. I know, I son of a bitch. You know. I saw a guy win $35,000. Called his wife on the phone immediately. He said, "Honey, I won $35,000. Pack your clothes." She got excited. She said, "Should I pack my summer clothes or my winter clothes?" He said, "I don't care. Just have you and that shit out of the house before I get back." Get out? It's all right. I can make a joke like that. I'm married, man. The wife's in California. I'm here on my own. I married a very nice girl, Jewish girl. So you know there's a lot of sex. No, we have foreplay. That's a half hour of me begging. But, would you please blow that cigar a little more close to me? I only have one lung left. But we make jokes. We don't care if it's Jewish, Italian, Irish, white, black, Spanish, Asian. We have to get together, yes? Get together and get the Arabs. Get them now, ladies and gentlemen, before this spreads. Oh, you know what? Here's a joke. Here's an ethnic group you don't hear enough of in jokes. Indians. I take you out. It's nightfall on the side of the road. Wait a minute, not that kind of Indian. A guy from India. Well, nice. Guy from India, Jewish guy and a Polish guy. They're lost. They need a place to stay for the night. Come across a house, side of the hill. Owner says he can put up 2 of them in the house. One of them has to sleep in the barn. So the Indian volunteers. He goes, "I sleep in the barn. I go in the barn." He goes off, they say goodnight, turn the lights off, lock the doors, go to sleep. 5 minutes later, knock the door. It's the Indian. He says, I cannot sleep in the barn. There's a cow in the barn. It is sacrilege for me to sleep with the cow. Jewish guy said, look, I want to get to sleep. I'll sleep in the barn, all right? He goes off. They say goodnight, turn the lights off, lock the doors, go to sleep. 5 minutes later, knock the door. It's the Jewish guy. He says, I can't sleep in the barn. There's a pig in the barn. It's against my religion to sleep with a pig. Polish guy says, look, I want to get to sleep. I'll sleep in the barn, all right? He goes off. They say goodnight, turn the lights off, lock the doors, go to sleep. 5 minutes later, knock the door. It's the cow and the pig. And that's why I always say, when you're smiling, hey, come on, everybody. Bunch of stiffs. Look at this. You need to be from the West Side Newcomers. Another exciting group. What exactly are the West Side Newcomers in brief? 800 women. That's like a bad dream I had the other night. One kind. 800 women. Oh, I'll do what I can do, but then I gotta stop, you know. It's 800 women. Isn't that movie with Zsa Zsa Gabor where they're up in space? 800 women. Well, welcome to the show. We have some lovely parting gifts for you, too. I got to tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. I must say right now, you've cheered me up immeasurably. I wish you could say that to me. But you have cheered me up because today, my next-door neighbor in Los Angeles, Mrs. Lipschitz, her husband, that's her name, her husband passed away. And they're older people, but nevertheless always sad. And she asked if I could help her write an obituary for Mr. Lipschitz. And I said, well, I really don't do that. But why don't you call the editor of the paper? And she calls the editor of the LA Times. She says, Mr. Editor, I want to leave an obituary for Mr. Lipschitz. Please write, Mr. Lipschitz was a loving man, a devoted father, a wonderful grandfather, a wonderful husband, a man known for his philanthropic activities both here and in the state of Israel. A man known through his community. The editor interrupts and says, Mrs. Lipschitz, before you go any further, I think you should know it's $5 a word. She says, $5 a word? All right, write Lipschitz dead. No. He says, I can't write Lipschitz dead. That's not an obituary. Lipschitz dead. And besides, not only is it $5 a word, it's a 5-word minimum. She says, $5 a word? 5-word minimum? She says, write Lipschitz dead, Buick for sale. When you're smiling, oh, you're smiling. Oh.